Welcome, everyone. Sorry for being late. We had some technical difficulties, so we're
It's
here.
Matt's fault. It's Matt's fault.
What? Yeah, it's totally my fault. No. But, welcome to ITC Talking Dead. We have Rahkee, our host,
How's it going?
and Matt Benton. I hate saying that because I hate saying like the other host. I sound like an idiot. Okay, and JP. JP is our guest. Oh
What
my,
up,
Yes.
pimps? What up, pimps?
oh my god.
Keeping it
So-
real.
I keep my pimp hand strong.
You have to, dude. You have to.
You have to. You have to.
Necessity in these
No,
days.
I
man.
think I'm gonna click for now on because Rahkee, all you are is a voice. So I'm not gonna. It keeps going to you when you're just a moving voice.
The best EVPs ever, I tell you.
Yeah, right there. It's still doing it. Did you change it? Is it still doing it?
This time I have control of like the video and everything because since he's not on the video, so just to keep people more entertained instead of seeing like a moving limp
Yeah.
thing. When
In case you guys are wondering what's going on, I'm actually driving home right now from Vegas, so I can't be on the video chat. So I'm just over here listening to the show and keeping my eyes on the road, so that way I could get home safe and sound.
Gotcha. What's up, Sean? Sean's in the chat.
Oh yeah, JP.
Spectral Wolfpack Squad Paranormal. Hello, hello.
Oh yeah, that's funny because I think he subscribed to me a while ago. Hello there. Hope you enjoyed the show. Guess what, everyone?
Hey, Cheryl. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
We brought an RRDR60. JP brought it. The famous, very legendary RRDR60 is what's being told about this device. We're
And
gonna.
Matt, I got a question, Matt.
Okay.
What are the specs of this device? What makes this so awesome?
Well, actually, there's a glitch, they say, in the RRDR60. And whatever that glitch is, people are saying that they're capturing a crazy amount of EVPs, like it's nothing. But I've also heard other things that could be the cause for the voices coming through is because of the glitch and not being legit. But JP thinks differently, and also a lot of other investigators think differently. So I haven't tested it, so I don't have the right to judge the RRDR60, and I still want to test it because if it is what it says it is, let's see what happens and see if we
Let's
get
see.
your voice.
Hey, Rody. Do you have the chat open, Matt, or do you want me to keep it open?
Actually, I realized that the person that is in control doesn't get the chat, so someone else has to read the chat. Since Rocky's driving right now, it's okay if you could read the YouTube chat.
I got you. You know,
I
you
can't really multitask right now. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. So,
What are you saying, JP?
I just opened a tab for YouTube, and
Awesome.
I have that's how I'm seeing it. You could do it too, Matt.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't work for me, though. I already tried.
Really?
Yeah, it says something.
That's weird.
It says it doesn't even show up the video
Strange.
when I'm the one live because I've signed into my
Oh,
account.
okay.
So that's what it is. So that's actually what Daryl did too when on Ghost Hunter, the American Ghost Hunter show.
Yeah.
He has Fred looking. So
It's cutting. The videos you're cutting in and out because it's picking up Rocky sounds of driving.
oh, you could click if you want. Like,
you know what? I'll hit the mute button when I'm not
Okay.
available. So
Okay, cool.
I'll stay on mute so that way that won't happen. Thanks for looking out on that.
Yeah, no problem.
or no, actually, hey Rocky, I could adjust your volume in the control room. Let's control you. Okay, Rocky, unmute yourself.
How's that?
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds better.
Okay. Okay,
How's
cool.
that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Okay,
How
now it's
about now?
not interrupting me at all. His background noise is no longer interrupting me, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
Just when he talks.
Thanks for the control room. Okay, now let's get back to subject. JP, how long have you been doing this?
14, 15,
W.
so about 8 years.
8 years. That's even.
Yeah. I think 8 years is pretty fair to say.
Awesome. And through your 8 years, actually, when did you start filmmaking? Like making actual YouTube videos?
I did in high school. We used to have a little web series we call Paranormal Encounters, and the way we started it in the year was our senior year, and the way we started it, we didn't get to finish it, so we only had 2 episodes, which they're up, and I have them on my new YouTube page. And I've been trying to make videos like this for a really long time, since like 2011 was my first one. It was just like a goofy one, like my friend had a cell phone, and with what we had, But I started this channel about a year ago now, a little over a year, maybe right at a year.
Damn. And I just made this one about a year too, after I left Soul Supers. But you surpassed me by a shit ton because you've been more active on uploading. But now that's changed for my channel. I'm uploading every single week, and hopefully people will be interested in the content.
Yeah, it's consistency, man. Consistency.
Yes, and we're good. We're doing this every Wednesday.
And if you were sexier, then you would probably, because I'm really sexy, so I get a lot of thumbs just for that.
I know, right? It's so true. I'm not sexy enough.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is.
What, Rahkee? Rahkee.
We're losing Rahkee. Rahkee, we're losing you, man. We're losing you.
Rahkee! I'll be like, Wilson!
Yeah. Wilson!
Rahkee! Don't go. Rahkee, you there?
I'm back. I'm back.
Too many technical difficulties tonight.
Okay, so what were you saying, Rahkee?
Oh, I said I'm back. Can you guys hear me, or am I fading in and out?
No, you sound okay.
Yeah, you sound okay now, but what
Okay.
were you saying before that?
Oh, you guys, about the whole sexy thing. That's where I come in. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Oh, but it's weird. You never appeared on my channel, Rahkee.
Hey, JP.
Yes, sir.
You like so sexy that you put the mic in front of your face because the people can't handle it.
I'm like the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant. If they see me fully, they'll just die immediately.
It's too much to handle. Damn.
Yeah, it's just too much.
So you started in what year exactly? So it was 8 years ago. So that was like
I go by age because I was 15 when I started with my first real group.
I started at 16. Yeah, it's funny too. I actually started in high school also.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
JP and I have. Oh yeah, we were talking when we first started talking.
A lot of similarities.
How many similarities we have? It's kind of weird and freaky. And we thought that was a new show idea too. I'm like, what the hell?
It is weird. It's like how Kennedy and Abraham Lincoln, all those weird coincidences or whatever. It's like that, but not as much as obviously. But
because JP's sexier, so.
Hey Angela, yeah, I am sexier.
So are we getting any comments?
Yeah, people are commenting.
What are they saying?
Angela just said hello. Rhodey's on there. Rhodey's a really great investigator that I'm friends with. She is awesome. Cheryl, she's a great supporter of the channel. She watches a lot of my videos and stuff. Angela, she's a great supporter of the channel too. And then of course my boy Sean. And then you said Spectral Wolfpack Suicide Squad Paranormal is yours, right?
Yeah. I remember him subscribing to the channel a while ago.
Yeah.
So if anyone has any questions for us, go ahead. JP will read the questions and we'll all answer. Or unless you have one from some certain person specifically.
What up, pimps? Ask some questions.
Don't you have a name for your paranormal, your YouTube channel?
Yeah, Paraphilia.
Paraphilia.
because it sounds like drug paraphernalia. So it's like a play on words, paraphernalia.
Cool. I don't have a special name. I should call it the.
You got to hit at least 1,000 subs first. I'm just kidding.
Tell all you guys that like subscribe to this channel.
Savage.
Yes, I love the savagery. So what we're doing. Oh shit! There's pieces of my rock.
My boy Sean's on here, the neon icon himself.
The neon icon.
Yeah, I want to see what he says to that.
So you started in high school. What was that profound experience that you had that actually got you into investigating?
So I was always interested in like ghosts and paranormal stuff, you know, even aliens and stuff, just everything. Like when I was a kid, I would always read books when I was
Oh my
in
god,
the library and stuff.
it's kind of weird how we sound so like you just mentioned like my childhood.
So I was always just interested. I remember there used to be a website called Ghost Study, and they just had pictures of ghosts and stuff, and I just go on there all day at school and look at them. I was just super interested. It was awesome. And me and my mom, we would watch Ghost Hunters together, and then when like Ghost Adventures first started, and my mom always told me like, JP, you should really get into that. Like that's really cool. And I was like, no, I was really scared. I was like super scared. And then she passed away in 2008.
Oh man,
Was it 2008? I
I
can't
didn't-
remember.
I didn't have
But then she passed away. So I was like, well, she always told me to give it a try. So I bought a voice recorder with some birthday money I had, and I set it by her ashes and actually captured her telling my uncle that she missed him. And it was her voice, her tone, everything, the inflection in her voice, everything. And I was like, there's just no way I can go back after that, you know?
Yeah.
So then I just like I need to figure this out. I found a website called meetup.com, and I found a team on there, and my my now like lifelong friend now, her nickname's Crash. But Crash showed me the ropes and let me join their team, and they didn't let teenagers join their team. She didn't care. She let me, and I've just been hooked since. I was with that team for a few years, and they just kind of all started doing their own thing and broke apart. So did I, and I was like, you know, I'm going to have my own team because I'm too much of a control freak to not be the team leader. So I just started my own team. Real quick before I forget, Interface Death, he's on there right now. He said the Panasonic DR60 specs that I know of are 20 hertz to 15 kilohertz frequency response and a 6 kilohertz sampling rate. I think the memory capacity is 16 megabytes.
Yeah, that the memory capacity is definitely true. I know that one, 60 megabytes. But like that's very low hertz. It's not that great when it comes to audio recording. But there's a glitch they say that could cause the EVPs, or what if they could somehow manipulate that glitch? We don't really know.
I think they're really imprinting their voice on the actual chip that stores the recordings. I think somehow they're able to literally imprint their voice. It's not like a lot of people get the misconception that EVPs are always something that we just couldn't hear with our own ears that these sensitive mics pick up, but that's not the case. It's sometimes they're actually imprinting their voice. That's why they used to use old cassette recorders, because they felt like the spirits would actually somehow imprint that voice on that cassette tape. And I think that this recorder does that. I think that's why it's so easy to get EVPs with it. Real quick before I forget, my boy Huck from Paraholics, make sure you go check their YouTube channel out. Really cool YouTube channel. We just went to a Yoakum with them this Saturday. We caught a lot of crazy shit, and I just put out the new video actually. So
yeah, you edit those things like crazy fast. Well, you get to edit it during work, you lucky bastard. I wish I could do that.
yeah.
Also, yeah, actually, I knew about that too. Actually, that was one of my theories, is that they imprint into the device itself. And I got that theory because actually a couple reasons. I've captured, well, actually, if you think about it, there's a lot of recorders that actually don't record like higher frequencies than your ears can. Most don't. The new high, like very, very expensive ones do, but most of them, that's actually more of a what I was told by Justin. That's more of a false misconception. It's actually it's not true. And if that's not true, that means EVPs are most likely imprinted into the device and not, captured externally like we would with a disembodied voice or something like that. So
Right.
that kind of makes sense to me completely. And also, Steve Huff did an experiment where he did an EVP session underwater and got an EVP. Actually, one of them was really good, and I was like, wow.
Oh, dude, those EVPs are fake. No, dude, they are, dude. I listened to them, and I'm surprised you didn't catch it as a video editor. You can tell whenever a sound's overlaid on top of another sound in a video. That's my assumption. I don't think you really call EVPs underwater. That's probably the most cringiest thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. But I don't care if you have your own opinion. I understand, but I don't think that he really caught EVPs underwater. It sounded like to me that the sound was actually put over the sound that he was capturing, and plus it was with a GoPro microphone. I can't even fart and the GoPro microphone pick it up, and I do some loud ass farts.
Yeah, that makes. I haven't really looked at it in depth, but also I'm not going to try and call out another paranormal investigator on the show.
No, I understand. I'm not calling him out by no means. I don't know him personally to call him out, and I'm not going to call somebody out unless I know of something that they've done personally. But when I saw that video, I was like, okay, I could tell by my own ear that the sound was just overlaid on top of the water sound.
Just letting you know, you're kind of breaking up.
Tough, dude.
He got so pissed. He's like,
I'm gonna hack this live feed. I don't care about him. I don't know him. Like I said, I don't have any personal disagreements with him or anything. I just saw that video, and that was my first thought that sound sounded overlaid. And you as a video editor, I want you to go back and listen to it and see what you think.
yeah, I will. And also, here's another thing that I realized when I was. Damn, what was I gonna say? Oh yes. When it comes to Steve Huff, there is one video that makes me cringe a little, just because this is younger him. Everyone learns as an investigator, but there was a time where he said, "Investigator ghosts never, you never get attacked in the paranormal field. That's never happened in the history." I was like, "What? Have you heard of the Annalisa case? Have you heard of? There's many demonic cases where possession has taken place, literally deteriorating their body." And then guess what? Years later, he experiences.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, well then, now what do you think? I've experienced an attack before. I've witnessed 2 of them, so that's so untrue. And it seemed, the thing is, like, he thought of it as a fact. And that's the only thing that I'm like, well, that other investigators will learn. I think he did.
Yeah. Can you hear me better now? That microphone, this mic's really good. It's my studio mic, but sometimes when I use it on live feeds, it cuts in and out. So.
Oh, I know. I'll probably know why, actually. Because it's usually the power current from your computer being plugged in. Actually, is your computer plugged into extension cords?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it is actually. It is.
Yep, there you go. Because actually, there's forums on that. The reason for mics doing
damn.
Plug it straight to an outlet next time, or if you can, and
Okay.
that will take away that mic thing, maybe. So
Okay.
Yeah, cool. That's what I learned from Justin Brown. See, you learn a lot from Justin. He's awesome.
Justin Brown.
He's a genius, and he's like a mentor of mine now.
I wanna say something real fast.
Okay.
I agree with Interface Death on the chat. He's saying don't waste your money and dropping $1,000. I did not. I found this bad boy for $20 in Colorado, and luckily I have family that lived in Colorado that went and picked it up for me. I agree. Unless you just absolutely can't stand it, I wouldn't pay that much for such an old recorder. I don't know. I had to look for it. There's no way I was going to drop $1,000 on it. But to argue that fact is that I have used this on numerous investigations now, and I'm catching EVPs with it that I can hear, I can distinguish, and I can make sense of what the EVP is saying, and it's in direct correlation or direct answers to questions that I ask, and I can hear them really clearly. Just for instance, on Saturday at the hospital, I set it down. I said, I'm going to put this recorder right here. Come speak into it. And I was going to leave the room. Well, I put it down and I heard Spirit say, he set the recorder there. And then I was walking out and it said, please don't leave. And then you just hear then after I came back and listened, you hear those two EVPs. And then I heard people talking and it sounded like people were working and it was in the operating room. So I think I was picking up some residual stuff too. So I think with this recorder, you're getting a lot of great stuff. I don't know how it works. I don't know why it works, but it just does. And I'm not usually one that just gets behind something just because the rest of the people are, like how you are, Matt. I want to test it out myself. And now that I have tested it out myself, I can tell you that this thing is an EVP machine, and I don't know why, but it just is. And that's all you really need to know as a paranormal investigator. Because if it was just catching a bunch of random shit that didn't make any sense, I would be like, okay, this thing is not real. I'll go sell it for $1,000. I'm sitting on $1,000 right here. Why would I go sell it? But I'm keeping it because I'm catching phenomenal stuff that is being directly related to our investigations and questions we're asking. So, I if you can pick one up cheap, I definitely would. It's definitely worth it.
I'm just gonna say.
Okay, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Did I miss? I went through the hills and then I was hearing like transformer noises, like y'all sounded like Bumblebee. So I was like, I don't know what I missed, but okay. So I take it he just got done describing the
RRDR 60.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I just got done explaining why I wouldn't still drop a lot of money on it, but definitely if you can find one to use it, that's for sure. I got asked what my opinions on Ouija boards, but go ahead, Rahkee.
Oh, my question is, I'm sorry I missed some of it, but just a quick response. Do you feel it's worth the buy as far as $1,000 for the actual recorder?
Yeah. I wasn't gonna spend $1,000 on it just because I couldn't spend that much on anything without fucking blowing my head up. Oh, you're breaking in and out, Rahkee. I'll keep answering your question. But based off of the EVPs I captured on it, if you just literally had $1,000 to blow and it wasn't going to kill you and you could do it and you were thinking about it, I would actually say to do it because the EVPs I've gotten with it are phenomenal. But I would really try my hardest to find one because I got lucky enough to find one. So it took me 3 months. You just got to keep looking. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, me and JP were talking. This is maybe never going to happen, but we were just talking about it. Sending it over for Man vs. Paranormal documentary, and I'll pay for it and everything for renting it.
Dude, I don't think I can send it, dude. I don't think I can.
Won't lose any money off of it because I'll be paying for the what do you call it? The insurance on it.
No, I know, but sometimes they're not even for sale on eBay. You can't even find them.
There's 3 of them on sale right now.
I know that because I look all the time because I'm still looking for another one. Because if I find another one, I'm selling it.
Awesome. Wait. If you find another one, like suit that cheap, you're gonna sell the other.
Yeah, if I find another one, I'm selling it for $1,000.
Hey,
now I got something else to look for at the swap meet when I go down there. I'm gonna be looking for recorders.
Yeah, definitely.
See if I can find that one.
Because of how expensive this is, unless I find one a lot cheaper, like lucky as you be, if you I was thinking about doing a more high tech setup just because that's more worth the money. Okay, let's reword that. It's you're buying what the technology was built like.
Yeah. And you can do more stuff with other recorders. Like I have a Yamaha recorder that I spent a pretty good amount of money on, and now when I'm out somewhere and I'm trying to do interviews, I can just use it as a mic, and then I can use it as a recorder to catch EVPs. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Justin has a great setup. I'm using Justin's setup because it's very scientific. He's using 2 mics into one voice recorder. It records separately from each mic, and if one of the mics gets an EVP and the other one doesn't, That would be very interesting. You could also kind of test that same experiment with 2 of the same voice recorders recording side by side and see what happens too. That'd be a little bit cheaper, but I'm going to like the high frequency voice recorders, because what if they are at a higher frequency of audio?
Yeah.
I haven't tested one of those voice recorders yet. It was very, very
Two things real quick that people on the chat are bringing to my attention that I want to address. First thing is, if you obviously not everybody can afford one of these if they're selling for $1,000 unless they just get super lucky. But 2 great recorders that I saw being used in action this weekend is one that I have. It's an Olympus VN3100, great recorder. I got some great EVPs with that, and then a Olympus 4100 PC. It's a version up from that, but it's like the same quality. It picks up great recorders as well. They're about $30 on eBay, definitely way more affordable, and you're going to catch great EVPs with those recorders as well. So it's not going to be as much as this is as picking up EVPs, but you're definitely going to catch some good ones. And I would always, out of those 2 recorders, you need those in your arsenal, I think, personally.
What was the other one? I got the Olympus VN100, and what was the other?
It's a VN3100 and then the VN4100 PC.
Okay. You're just going to have to write that to me later.
I'll write it in chat for everybody else, too.
Okay. Don't make it too expensive, people, just because you're getting it popular right now.
No, I don't have that much pull.
Yeah, me either. But when it comes to the RRDR60, out of like all the recorders, do you think it's the best when it comes to EVPs?
From what I've used, yeah. I can. Anytime I go on investigation now, I know I'm going to be leaving with at least a few EVPs. No matter what. There'd be times where I'd go somewhere and just not get anything.
Yeah.
But I know with this, I'm going to leave at least with a couple, if not a handful of EVPs that make sense, that I can understand what they're saying in response to my questions.
You know, another thing is what gets you great responses is when you get the chance to get some entities to attach to your devices. That's happened to me with the SB7 when I was part of Soul Seekers, I believe.
Really?
I got like some of the best SB7 responses ever.
Wow.
It was dead on all the time. It was Dante's SB7. I believe there's an attachment to that SB7 because we got SB7 responses more than any other SB7. Like when I left Soul Seekers, I don't capture the same type of stuff on the SB7 anymore.
Yeah, that could be possible.
I think there's an attachment to that device, and it's amazing. I want an attachment to the device. I want to go do look for some witchcraft people. But can you put some attachments on my Banshee box and my SB7 and my
Yeah, on everything. Real quick, there was another question. I don't want to forget it before we move on chat. I'm trying to keep up with them on chat here. Rhodey asked me what I feel about Ouija boards. I don't have any negative feelings for Ouija boards. I think that they're no different than using a ghost box or a voice recorder. I've used them and never really had anything happen, which I'm not saying it's not possible. I don't see a difference, but I've never been proven wrong yet. So just waiting to see, I guess.
Here's mine. We could play.
We could play. You want me to play with your board?
Oh yes, we'll conjure some things.
Can I touch your planet?
Entities.
We'll make it rise. It's going to erect fully.
Oh yes, and we're gonna conjure entities while using the RRDR60. Great idea.
I wonder if Matt understood that all my penis jokes right there.
I understood it.
Okay, just making sure. I just liked how you didn't acknowledge it whatsoever.
I'm serious, that's all.
Oh man, that's funny.
I have the Ouija board set up right here. You can't really see it. You can't really see it with this computer setup, but I will be using it. We'll be opening doorways while we use the RRDR60. Even though it's in my area, maybe it can travel to your area or a little bit. I'll close the doorway. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I must give the verbal statement. Don't try this at home. Okay, go ahead, Matt.
Don't try this.
Especially if you don't know what you're doing, because there's a lot of people that don't close the board, especially like teenagers that just like think it's fun of games. They don't close the board, and they also just.
When I first got my Ouija board, I broke all the rules you're not supposed to do just to see what would happen, and nothing happened.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, so far I've used this like 4 times in my life. Nothing, not really anything. I feel like my other people were messing with it because I wasn't doing with investigators at the time. But when I was first testing it out, I was just trying to test it out with some friends to see if it would work. I think that someone was messing with it. But I do it to maybe open up doorways sometimes.
Yeah.
And leave it open, like for Monroe House. I left that location. There was a Ouija board there. I left the doorway open until I left. For 3 days and 3 nights I was there.
Yeah.
And well, you saw one evidence, don't say, but
Obviously it worked.
yeah, and also I got some other things that were pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is we'll do this during the RRDR 60. Any more questions, people?
Yeah. Anybody have any more questions? And we'll do a few sessions with this.
We have 11 viewers. This is like more than I usually do on Facebook Live.
It's because I'm so sexy, dude.
I know. Yeah.
I thought we already discussed this.
You're like on the thumbnail, it's bringing all the viewers.
Yeah, they're just like, dude, I gotta click on that. That guy looks super macho.
I got a question. How long does the recorder last? Like, as far as like the length of time you could actually record for?
Well, Interface Death commented that, I think it was Interface Death that said it, that it's 16 megabytes. So probably not very long.
Yeah, not very long.
Not very
It's definitely
long,
a
so-
burst. It's definitely a burst session type recorder.
I have the QR80. This one right here. I don't know if you-
Oh, well, the thing, real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off, Matt, before I forget. Well, the thing is with this recorder is that it doesn't run continuously. It's all voice activated.
Yeah, that's true. And you can do the same thing with the QR80.
Right, it's all voice activated, which is even stranger because it's picking up voices and the mic's not even running.
Hey, I think I might know something here. Maybe that's what causes the weird glitch.
Maybe so.
Maybe that's why it works. It doesn't work with this one because you can set it on and off. You can set it where you don't want to, and you can set it to where I don't usually do that. I like because I usually don't capture any EVPs with this when I have it to that setting. But I do normal EVP sessions, and this one doesn't have that many megabytes either. To tell you the truth, I think it is. Let's read, shall we?
Yeah, it's very minimal.
Yeah, it's very minimal. I don't know where it says it though. Yeah, it's not going to be that much either. It only lasts for about like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so out of curiosity, out of all of the locations you've been to, what is the most active one you've done?
The place I went to this Saturday, for sure. Yoakum Hospital. I've been before, and that's where I had my first, I would say, Zach moment, where something felt like it was making me sad, and it felt like something was messing with me emotionally. And I always would see people on TV claiming that, and I'm like, whatever. Camera's on, you're faking it. But it happened to me. And what's even stranger is after that happened to me at Yoakum the first time, all the investigations after that have been way more active. And I don't know if it's because something happened where it kind of like opened me up. Because I always went to investigations super pessimistic because, you never catch anything for the most part at some of these places.
Yeah.
But now, dude, everywhere I go, I'm catching stuff like crazy. It's crazy. And this weekend just proved to do that. But this by far topped it. I think that had to do because there was a crazy lightning storm that night.
Yeah.
That was one thing. All the people that went with me are super passionate about it and completely love what they do. And I think that the energy of the people definitely make a big difference. I think that it was because at the beginning of the investigation, most people that go to this hospital only know of like a few stories of ghosts, of spirits that are supposed to be there. A nurse that got shot while she was on duty, a priest that actually died there, and he's like the good energy in the building. But they only really try to talk to them. But my researcher, Karen, is phenomenal, and she's found over 4,000 people that died there. She printed out all their death certificates, and we picked out the most tragic homicides, suicides, accident deaths that we could find. And I literally named each one of them one by one to try to conjure their energy up. They've never been yelled at or talked to, not yelled at, but spoken for before out loud. Yeah. So I decided to do that. I think a combination of all of that just made this weekend super, super insane.
Like, when you say super, super insane, what exactly happened?
Man, we couldn't walk down the hallway without hearing footsteps behind us or hearing something knock on the wall. We're picking up EVPs left, one after another, left and right. Not even with my other recorder. This got thrown with all of us in the same room together, all accounted for, all able to see each other, got thrown into another room. I kept it because it's just crazy to know I'm touching something.
To the club.
Yeah, it's crazy to know that you're touching something that possibly a spirit used their energy to manipulate. It's a piece of a padlock, and there was no padlocks in sight. I don't even know where this came from. It's broken off. The tip is broken off. I don't even know where it came from, and it got thrown really loud. We know it got thrown because we copied the sound, and you heard it skid across the floor. So that I mean, dude, it was crazy, man. It was bumping. That's all I can say. Straight bumping.
You should because you found your first one where something was thrown. You kept it. Now you should start the collection, because I have like about 3 things right now that I have thrown at me. First is this rock. I can show you real quick. And then it's keep it in this box actually. And then this penny was thrown too at me.
Oh, cool.
Back penny. And then I have another rock over here.
He's gone. He went into the black abyss.
Somewhere.
Who, me?
Oh, no, Rahkee. No, Matt stepped away from the computer, and it's all dark. You can't see him anymore.
I can't. I'm all like out. Sometimes like hills right now in California. So
where the hell did
you guys were talking to?
Well then, there's a big rock. It's in my episode. Not episode, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't an official episode. By the way, Paranormal Research Unit will be coming out with official episodes. We're starting our first one at Thornhaven Manor. This is the first location. And it's going to be with the team I have recently created.
It's going to be wicked, dude.
It's going to be dark. I'm going to be doing a certain editing style that's dark, gives people the chills. That's the editing style I always loved. And I'm finally being able to do it after I got out of Soul Seekers. I get to go 100% all what I've been wanting to do. And I'm doing it for Man vs. Paranormal too. So creepy and
sweet. I can't wait to see your Man vs. Paranormal documentary.
JP has been doing filmmaking since high school, same with me.
But I suck compared to Mr. Matt. His editing skills are off the charts. I love your editing skills, dude. I can't edit seriously because I always end up making it funny for some reason. So it's really hard to edit seriously.
But here's the thing that makes you unique. I think everyone has their own artistic mind.
Yeah.
And for me, it's dark and ambient, and that's unique because not too many shows are like that right now. Not completely like that.
Yeah.
And for you, I like that you have comedy involved, and also keeping some of atmosphere of a ghost show.
Yeah. I try to do a good mix, definitely.
Yeah. It's pretty funny actually, because especially when you're with friends and everything. Tell you the truth, I didn't edit like it, but when I first started out, my friends and I were doing kind of the same thing as you. When I first started,
yeah.
Investigators though, they were just friends that wanted to come along for the thrill of it. I was in it for a totally different reason. I was trying to actually figure out why all this is happening. But for the editing, I just kept it this creepiness. I think it should have been your style. But by the way, we were messing around when I first started out.
Yeah.
And I am so glad I'm not doing that anymore. I have an actual team that everyone in my team now has been doing it for years and is all in it for very similar reasons. So
I think we're in the same boat. My right-hand man, Mr. Jonathan Gonzalez, he's very passionate about it, serious, great investigator. And then my friend Shannon Autry, super passionate. He gives an Aaron vibe to the investigation because he's just naturally goofy, and he's just one of those people that do funny stuff without thinking. He's just a funny person. He says bro a lot. It's really funny.
bro.
Yeah. Karen, my researcher Karen, hands down the best researcher I've ever come across. She can find anything and everything about locations. I'm saying the package we brought to that hospital was about this thick. And then you have Sean Dargis, which he's actually on the chat right now. He's my, we just added him this weekend, which I've been wanting to add him since I started the YouTube channel, but he didn't have a vehicle, so he got all that situated. So now he is a part of the team. He's my ITC researcher. He can hear great. He has a good ear for ghost box responses. And then our cameraman, Mr. Roman, we met him on Craigslist, but we ended up being like super good friends with him. Like now we hang out with him all the time now. So that was really cool. And he's just he's great with the camera, man. He's really good. So we have a great solid team now.
Whoa. Let's back up here.
Okay.
On Craigslist. Yeah.
Craigslist. Like, so how did that all occur? I'm curious on that story.
Okay, so I put out an ad on Craigslist looking for a cameraman because I was noticing on our investigations it was hard for us to investigate because we were focusing so much on trying to get each other on camera and stuff like that. I was like, dude, I want to find somebody that is just going to do the camera and that's it. And they have a passion for just camera work and not even the paranormal investigation side of it. And we put the ad out. He responded. We met with him. 15 minutes into our conversation, we were already busting funny dick jokes with him. And it's just like, we felt like we've been friends with this dude for years. He just like fit right in so well. And now we hang out with him a lot. And he's become like a really good friend. And that's pretty much it. That's how we found him.
You know what's also funny sorry, I'm kind of changing the subject. When we first spoke, JP, like, I'm not even kidding. Were like describing my life.
I know. I remember.
It was freaking me out a little because I was like, are we the same person? Even the funny part too, you even mentioned your mom too. Like, you watched all that stuff with your mom. That's what I was doing when I was like before that. I was also going to libraries as a kid, even in elementary. That's how far back. In elementary, I was going to the libraries, reading all the paranormal books, alien and ghost related. And then on top of that, we think of the same show idea. And then damn. And then
At first, I didn't think that we were going to be friends ever because when you first contacted me, it's hard to tell through typing, what you're trying to say. And you had thought of Man vs. Paranormal, and I had just got done filming Paranormal Isolation.
Yeah.
And it was like a conflict of interest there, pretty much the same concept. And I was thinking that we were going to start getting into arguments about it or something, but no, it actually made us become really good friends. So that's really cool.
That's the thing. I'm not that type of guy that would especially for, okay, maybe I would do that to, I know that someone that isn't passionate about it and they're just doing it for the fame and everything like that. Probably do that to them because I don't think they deserve it. But for you, I didn't get that feeling at all. So I was like, no, I don't care if you thought it's the same idea. It's just another guy with the same idea.
Yeah.
But if it was a TV show where the guy acts like, just all about his fame and everything, I would probably have my copyrighted idea and use it against them, but I would never do that to you. Because I don't feel that off of you. I feel like you're an actual real investigator and not a fake.
Yeah. Same goes for you, man. I think that's why we clicked, just because we know that it's true. It's not bullcrap. So we're both making, actually, another cool thing is now people get to see like the same type of thing, except a totally different style. Editing, and you did this. What I thought was interesting is how you did it. It was more like super raw, and it was like very
what's the word? You're doing it to where you're literally by yourself, no camera crew. For the very beginning part, like for the interviews and for the B-roll and everything, I have a camera crew. But for when it came to your beginning stuff, it was just you coming up to the location and doing your own interview with her all by yourself, and then you go into the location and you figure out what's going on. And I thought that was really cool. It had that raw feel to it because not really any color correction or anything, and it felt just more raw.
Right.
For me, I'm a little bit different because I love very dark and I love my color correcting.
Yeah.
And actually, like, okay, when it comes to visual stuff, I love Zack Snyder's visual take. I love that darkness that he has.
I do too. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, and also I like the that style in filmmaking completely because I like that tone. I like to give people the creep. And people get the chills. That's my favorite feeling to get from someone when I edit something.
That they say they got the chills. Yeah. Real quick, I wanna. I don't know if Rahkee and Matt, don't get mad at me for doing this, but I just want to ask.
I'm already upset.
Oh shit! No, dude. Okay, so for the people watching right now, what do y'all think of the idea of me, Matt, and Rahkee teaming up for a documentary? Just saying, might happen sooner than y'all think.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind, and I want to know what y'all think about that. So we'll leave that there because they're on a delay. So we'll see what they say.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. So.
Yeah. And yeah, we have a film idea. It's going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be epic.
We're not going to go into details yet, but we've been talking. And,
we have been.
And something might be happening in the near future.
All I can say is I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like,
we sidelined him. He's already coming. You know it.
I don't know these guys. I was just invited through Google Hangouts, and
you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm driving. I guess I'll have something to do.
Yeah, it's.
You guys are coming in. I can't hear you guys. I don't know what's going on.
So, do you want to try to do some sessions or what?
Yes. I love talking to other investigators on here. I just have fun with it. Let's do sessions and with the R60.
All right. Don't fail me now. All right. Let me do a test. I want to make sure that y'all can hear it clearly and all that stuff.
Ouija board.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing to see if the RRGR60 can be heard over the computer.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing to see if the RRGR60 can be heard over the computer.
I can hear it perfectly.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. So, since we're on a delay, anybody out there in the chat that has a question that you want me to try to ask? My house does have a spirit in it. I have filmed him shutting, I think it's a guy, an old man, filmed him shutting a bathroom door downstairs. And so I know that there are spirits here. Maybe we can get him to communicate. That'd be pretty dope. So if anybody in the chat has any questions that they want me to ask, Matt, since you're the host of the show, I'll let you go first and ask a question. I'll see.
Too. we're both the hosts. But here, first let me open up the doorway.
Okay.
With the Ouija board.
Ooh.
Okay. Right now I'm opening the doorway. Any entities are allowed to come through the board. And through this board, go to JP's house for a bit. Into the recorder.
And fondle him while he's asleep. He loves it.
Send an incubus after him, a gay one.
Send nudes.
Okay.
All right, Matt.
We open the doorway. I give it permission to do what it wants at your house. Now let's see what happens. Ask if there's anyone in your presence, in your area.
Is there anybody here with me right now? Anybody here that wants to communicate with me?
Is there anybody here with me right now? Anybody here that wants to communicate with me?
I didn't hear anything on that one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Rahkee, you're like frozen. Oh, never mind. He's just, yeah, he's frozen on my screen. Okay, so what we're going to do, I want you to do something, JP.
Okay.
I want you to open up the doorway from your location. I know you're not using a Ouija board. Meditate on this. Really open yourself up for a second.
Okay.
And really concentrate and ask questions.
Can you say the name Matt for me to know that you can hear me loud and clear? The old man that lives in this house, I want you to say the name Matt for me. Can you please say that to me?
To know that you can hear me loud and clear. The old man that lives in this house, I want you to say the name Matt for me. Can you please say that to me?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Let's try again.
Okay.
All you can do is try. Okay.
What are the right questions? Ask that.
Since you aren't answering any of our questions right now, I want to know what are the right questions that you want us to ask. We're opening up this doorway for you to come speak to us. I'm holding a device in my hand right now that will allow you to do just that. So far, nothing. Let's see.
Answering any of our questions right now, I want to know what are the right questions that you want us to ask. We're opening up this doorway for you to come speak to us. I'm holding a device in my hand right now that will allow you to do just that.
Nothing. So you see this, but I like that it's doing this. And I'll tell you why. Because this proves right here that not every time you turn this thing on, it's picking up UEPs.
Yeah, yeah. And not only that, you need to get a Ouija board.
Deanna Bosley's asking me to, I have 3 haunted dolls, ask for Gabrielle to say something. Okay. Gabrielle, if you can hear me, if you're in the same room with Deanna, I want you to come say something to me, okay? Prove to Deanna that you are real, okay? This time I'm gonna have the screen to y'all. So if it's quiet and I'm not saying anything and it starts recording, you'll know that it's picking something up, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Gabrielle, come say something to us. Any spirits that are here with me right now that want to communicate, just to let you know, there are numerous people here watching. We want to prove to them right now that you are real and that you exist. Okay, it's not picking up anything.
Yeah.
But that's how it happens sometimes.
Yep.
Let me change the sensitivity level of the microphone.
Okay.
See if that helps.
It's what we need.
Sometimes it depends on that. I noticed at some places, you know.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let me see. Make sure nobody has any question. She said Gabrielle is the most haunted of her 3 dolls. All right. Let's try this. Let's try this again. All right, Rahkee, do you have any questions that you want them to try to answer?
Did you already ask how many spirits are around you right now?
Not yet. I'll ask that.
Okay.
Rocky's favorite question.
My number one question.
I want to know how many spirits are around me right now.
It
You caught something?
did record 1 extra second.
Yeah, so I think it caught something. Let's listen.
And then-
I want to know how many spirits are around me right now.
Ooh.
Something's trying to come through. Let's listen to it again. I don't think you can make it out, but I do notice a lot of times with this recorder, the first couple EVPs I get are indistinguishable. You can't understand them, but then I think they're trying to learn the recorder.
Okay.
I want to know how many spirits are around me right now.
Okay.
That does kind of make sense. I'm just talking about from this one, only this one. It does make sense to that whole glitch theory where it does sound like an interference right there. That one did sound like an interference to me. I'm just saying that. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. I'm gonna hold it this way now, just in case I don't want to get any interference from the computer. Try to be as far back as I can, still be in the shot. Can you tell me how many spirits are in here with me right now? Can you say a number really loud and clear for me? Let me know how many people, how many spirits are in this room with me right now. Okay, nothing on that one. But I'll play it anyways.
How many spirits are in here with me right now? Can you say a number really loud and clear for me? Let me know how many people, how many spirits are in this room with me right now.
Nothing.
No, it's weird. I'm not certain, so I'm just like, first one that you said, I thought I heard. Remember, this is all speculation, and plus, I'm going through the hills right now. But I thought I heard it say 7 of us.
I heard 7 too, but I couldn't make it out completely. I'll replay it.
Holy shit, guys. I done an investigation of a demon calling itself 7.
Here, let's play it. Let's see.
Rapid Acre.
I want to know how many spirits are around me right now.
See that sound that I just that goes at the end? I'll play it again.
I want to know how many spirits are around me right now.
That last part, that squealing part, I've never captured that on this recorder. That's the first time.
Because of the computer, maybe?
It could be. It could be.
People, we have 10 viewers, and they're all interested in this quiet sessions. Oh my. we have some people that are actually interested in this RRDR60, the legendary voice recorder.
Okay, so Interface to Death wants us to set the recorder down to rule out handling noises, which I do in other cases as well sometimes. I would do that for him right now. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's.
that first one did sound like interference to me.
Okay, so let's see.
And like I said, I was traveling, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit record on it. Matt, do you have any questions you want me to ask before I set it down?
If there's anything that's following JP from different locations, can you tell us your name?
Okay, I'll ask that. Is there anybody that came home with me from a different location? If so, what's your name? I picked something up.
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody that came home with me from a different location, if so, what's your name?
Whoa, that was weird. That was a word.
Is there anybody that came home with me from a different location, if so, what's your name?
Can't make it out. Let me ask him again.
Ed? I don't know. That was just a random. Like I said, I'm going through the hills.
Let me ask its name again.
I don't know. That sounds kind of like interference to me.
All right.
Because I need something very clear. Like, tell him that. Tell him that. You have to be very clear.
Okay. I need you to be very clear with me, okay? Can you please come stand right here and tell me your name?
You got something?
Yeah.
Okay, here's one thing I do find interesting. In the very beginning, you weren't getting any interference at all. And now when
Now
we're
you are.
getting more into it, starting to actually do that. That's
Mhm.
one thing I find interesting. Maybe it's because using up battery more. I don't know. But I don't know why it would cause it all of a sudden
Here, let's listen to it.
over and over.
I need you to be very clear with me, okay? Can you please come stand right here and tell me your name?
Sounds so similar to the other one.
Yeah. See, now that one sounded like pure interference, but that other one, like you heard the little interference sound, and then you heard something say something.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that came home with me from a different location, if so, what's your name?
See that? Yeah, whatever that is.
Or-
Somebody said it sounded like Eric.
One thing is, are you sure that that wasn't you pressing the stop button?
No. I know it wasn't. I know it wasn't, because it doesn't ever do that.
Okay.
Like listen to.
That makes sense actually, because I think this one would when you press the stop button, it has a delay. So like
Yeah.
stop it where you don't
Right. By the time you push it, it's
Yeah.
too late. Like it's turned off.
like for example, my cell phone does that. When I stop it, it stops a little bit earlier.
Yeah. All right. Let me try again. I wanted to say your name.
Okay.
So let me see if I can get it to say your name. Anybody that's here with me right now. Let me see something. Okay. Anybody that is here with me right now, can you please say the name Matt? The only way that we can prove that you are real is if you say Matt. Not getting anything.
Okay.
me see.
Ask him to say Rahkee.
Okay.
One time. Let me see.
Okay. Can you please stand right here in this device and say the name Rahkee? The only way that we will know that you are truly here is if you can say Rahkee.
Here, I have an idea.
Okay.
Let's stop talking about us. Let's talk about it, or him or her, whatever it is. Because both times when you try to ask for one of our names, it didn't do anything. Maybe it's wanting something involving him or her or it.
Okay.
So just ask, why are you here?
I want to know why you are here. Can you tell me? Do you know that you are dead? Is there anybody here at all?
Okay.
Nothing. Now, look, I want to show you something. Yeah, that's what I think too, Cheryl. She's saying JP may not have any active spirits right now, which definitely could be a thing. Epic investigates. There's no option to not try it without voice activation. It's just the way that it is. I'm going to play for y'all the recording that I caught at the hospital.
Okay.
I think it's still on here. God, I hope it is.
I want to know how many spirits are around me right now.
No, I saved it on my camera. I didn't
Okay.
delete it off here before right now.
Don't worry, I trust your videos.
Yeah, and it's in the way I had at the hospital. It's set up the same way.
Yeah.
Everything is set up the same, and I let it run for 15 minutes or so. I walked away, came back, and there was a minute long worth of voices on there.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
here's another thing to let you know, actually. This is a good experience. Go experiment. You should. Hold on. I forgot. I have to change it. So what you can do is go to locations that are not haunted at all. You go to like brand new locations, no really any history in the location, and ask questions and see if you could get no responses the whole time, and they'll defy the glitch logic. And you keep testing that. Go to like a whole bunch of locations and that aren't haunted, and see if you get anything. And if you don't, that'll be interesting because you're capturing a whole lot of shit at actual haunted locations.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm sorry for the people that are watching that they were expecting, but this is how it is. Sometimes you don't catch anything, and I think this only proves to the validity of this device, because it's not just turn it on, catch something. You have to use it a few times, and sometimes you catch something, sometimes you don't. Just like any other device, is that just says that the EVPs you catch with this device, there's so many more chances of catching something.
Yeah.
Here, I had it running while you were talking, and then while I talked. So let's see if it caught anything.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm sorry for the people that are watching, that they were expecting, but this is how it is sometimes. You don't catch anything. And I think this only proves to the validity of this device, because it's not just turn it on and catch something. You have to use it a few times, and sometimes you catch something, sometimes you don't. It's like any other device.
whole time I was speaking, nothing came over, nothing. So, I hate to cut it short. Well, it's been a little over, but I got to go to give the baby a bath.
Okay.
And I just want to say real quick, for anybody out there that wants to see that you don't need this recorder to catch good EVPs, the video I just put out on my channel, Return to Yoakum Part 1, called Great EVPs on a Different Recorder. So go check it out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying here. We had a solid 8 watching the whole time. And yeah, that's all I can say. Appreciate the support.
Awesome. And everyone go subscribe to JP's channel and ours too.
Yeah. Please subscribe to Paranormal Research Unit. Mr. Matt Benton's doing good things, you know, so go over there and give him some support, definitely.
Why, thank you very much. I've been like the whole session, the whole video, I think I had this on you the whole time pretty much.
Yeah.
So you are going to be on my thumbnail, hopefully.
Sweet.
Awesome. I will talk to you everyone later. That was a cool session. We maybe interference of the glitch, maybe, and I don't know. We'll have to have more testing. Actually, Justin just messaged me something. He was saying, just so you know, you can test the EVP imprint theory by disabling the microphone and hitting record. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know how to do that on this recorder.
I don't know about taking apart that type of voice recorder.
Yeah, I don't know how to disable it on that recorder.
Yeah, but doing it with other voice recorders, I would definitely test that out. And if the EVP have nothing to do with the manipulation of the mic, then you should be able to capture something regardless. The way to do this is to unplug in something to the mic, input. Oh, yes. Okay, all you have to do is like our own shotgun mics. Turn it off. Keep the shotgun mic off. You have it plugged in and nothing recording. And if you get some manipulation of an imprint or something, that you get a voice out of it, that will be interesting.
Yeah. The only thing with this recorder is that there's no mic input. So if you're wanting to do it with this specific recorder, you can.
Okay, that makes sense though. And also, yeah, that makes sense because it's a very, very old device. I don't think it's even meant for external mics.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
but
that was built.
Mr. Rahkee, I will see you later as well, and we will keep discussing our idea.
Like I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue. But for everyone out there, I just want to, since we're all doing our promos, be sure to go to worldghost.com.
Yes.
Get yourself a paranormal, make yourself a paranormal page. It's like the paranormal investigators.
Yes. Yes, it's literally like it's a YouTube. It's pretty much like YouTube except for only paranormal. Only paranormal. Oh, cool. That's it. So yeah, JP, go make an account. Put all your videos on it that's related to paranormal, and it could get you. It's a really cool site. Actually, this can change the paranormal community. I think it's really cool, and I'm glad to have a small part in it. I'm the video editor for it, and Rocky's the one that made the great website. And I think
along with Keith Weldon. I don't want to.
I was just about to say Keith Weldon too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Keith Weldon, he was involved with the editing of it too, out of curiosity.
Yes, he was. Awesome. We both came up with the idea, and we both had a part in putting it together. So it's something that we wanted to do for the paranormal because we know there's a lot of evidence out there, and then there's it's basically for investigators.
Yeah.
To go ahead and share their evidence that they capture.
There'll be a commercial coming out for it soon. That'll be editing for everyone to see, just so they get the pure idea of what this is about. It's awesome. Go
real quick. I had the recorder running. See, that's all interference right there.
Yeah. Well then, let's. That does sound like the glitch that's being talked about, though.
See, but I have never heard it make that sound ever.
Because we have computers going. Wi-Fi.
Right. Never heard it make that sound before, ever. So that's interesting. I'm glad that it's doing that because then I know when I hear that to know that it's just.
Or your cell phone. So also you turn off your cell phones during investigations, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, good. Because every investigation, you always turn off your cell phone because of EMF, and I don't. Maybe the Mel if you have it close enough, but I haven't had that happen yet. But also, I learned that the SB7 speaker, the Altec speaker, if you put your phone close enough to that, it makes it go crazy. It's kind of cool, actually. So yeah, always have your cell phone off during an investigation. Little tip of future investigators out there. Yeah.
All right. Peace out, pimps. Keep it real.
Awesome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That should be your
World Ghost.